Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Got several great things I wanted to tell y'all today about what's going on in the world, including something about the J6 pipe bomber. Been out for a few hours now, and I don't know why hasn't went viral yet. Got about almost a 500,000 views on Matt Gates' channel. It is Matt Gates and Thomas Massey talking about the J6 pipe bomber. They found out who it is. First video, it's a little bit long, but man, we learn a few things here. Got several other things I want to bring to y'all today involving good news for the country. We're deporting them from this city and that city, and we're sending them to deportation centers that we're building in an instant. And I'll show you some video footage of that as well, folks. It has been a good day for America. And tell me, is the sound all right today? If it is, just somebody give me a thumbs up in the comment section or a thumbs down in the comment section because I am struggling with trying to find a better microphone setup. I'm just convinced I'm going to have to go to Best Buy and buy me a microphone on an arm, stick it right in front of my face in order to have decent audio at this point. But let me know. Let's get into this. This is breaking news as of earlier today, but I don't know how many people have actually caught wind of this, but um, it should be viral. It should be viral on every platform at this point. But we're gonna make it go viral right here. Let's share this out as soon as you hear the news. It's something we've been needing to know. We all seen the black and white footage of somebody in a backpack and a hoodie come and sit down at the benches and put their little backpack down, which was the pipe bomb during the J6 event. And we've always wondered why it was never investigated properly, why they never actually went after the possible suspect, why they lied about Kamala Harris being within so many feet of it, why the cops waited so many minutes to actually go investigate the pipe bomb after they were told there's a bomb over there in the bushes. So many weird things happened along with that, and I just kind of figured it was kind of like Ray Epps, one of those inside jobs, and we just got proof today that's what's going on. Let's get into it, folks. Eventful day, and it's been an eventful 2 weeks. I think Trump has done more. He has went above and beyond expectations of me and hopefully everybody in the country that voted for him because he has done a shit ton of stuff. We went from watching the news to find out what the Biden administration was going to do to screw over the American people day in, day out for 4 years to just a week ago. Now we're in a situation just in a matter of one day to the next. We've seen Trump drop 350 executive orders, all kinds of actions and motions to get things done. He's got people in committees building things as far as our future goes. Business is growing. There's going to be investments in AI. We're closing our border. We're kicking people out of the country. We've got the military involved, which includes 10 agencies now instead of two, the way it was before with just DHS and immigration. But my point is, things are changing, folks, and we're able to now watch the news to look to see what great things did Trump do today, because we know it was a lot. And to be honest, as a podcaster, as much news as I follow, I still miss a lot because there's so much going on. I don't even so much is happening so fast. I don't even think the left has time to react to it, and that's the beautiful part. And it's all good things for the country. And one of the things I want to say before I get into this video is we really need to take a lot of these wonderful executive orders that are going to change things in a hurry and work on over the next 2 to 4 years, hopefully 2 years before midterms, and getting some of them turned into bills and laws. That way we can get them ratified in, and then another Joe Biden can't come along and change them. That's the real plan, folks. That's how we will get success on a lot of these things as well. But let's go ahead and get into this. More exposure involving the J6 uh, pipe bomber, and of course the government.
You recently met with Capitol Police.
Correct. Today.
Today. And what did you learn in that meeting?
I learned that backpack guy, January 6th backpack guy, not to be confused with January 5th backpack person, backpack guy was a non-uniform, plainclothes police officer in the employ of the Capitol Hill Police.
The person who found the pipe bomb, the person who, D'Antuono, who was leading the investigation, say, oh yeah, the person who found it, it'd be investigation 101 that they would be a suspect initially until ruled out. You're saying that person was an undercover, plainclothes Capitol Police officer, and the Capitol Police confirmed that to you today?
They confirmed that to me today, yes. By the way,
what does that mean to you?
Well, it heightens some of my concerns and reduces some of the other concerns. Okay, one of the concerns that's heightened was, trying to give the Secret Service and the Metro Police Department the benefit of the doubt when they took 4 minutes. They finished their lunch before they went and dealt with this pipe bomb. I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt and think that, well, if it's just some random passerby and he said, hey, there's something shiny over there, could be a lawn sprinkler, not sure, maybe want to check it out. But that's not what it was. It was a person who was, they say, again, when I relate this to you, I'm relating what the Capitol Police have told me. They say it was a Capitol Police officer who found this bomb and that he told them it was a bomb. He radioed it in, said, We've got the device. We found another device. Remember, here's the other just amazing timing, is that the first pipe bomb, the one at the Capitol Hill Club, now they call it the RNC pipe bomb, but they really should be calling it the Capitol Hill pipe bomb. I mean, the two buildings are next to each other, but it was like...
The Capitol Hill Club, which is an entity where Republican members of Congress socialize and fundraise.
Right. The reason I'm making that distinction is Darren Beatty, who's done amazing work on this. Okay, he's the guy who's said, hey, you should be asking some of these questions. And I said, you know what, you're right. I will be asking those questions. He points out that the RNC-DNC narrative was made up after the fact. It was really the Capitol Hill Club DNC narrative that they should be talking about, but it just sounds a lot better that, oh, we knew to go look at the DNC once we found one at the RNC.
Interesting.
Well, if you thought somebody was going to blow up the RNC, and don't they hate Republicans? Why would they also want to blow up? Anyways, so
that is weird.
They come down, this plainclothes police officer who had been in the vicinity of that one, they had just found that. The timing is remarkable because it was found 5 minutes before the breach of the bicycle racks at the perimeter of the Capitol. Just a miraculous timing that would have provided exactly the right timing to distract. After sitting in an alley for 17 hours, found by somebody who says she was going to go do her laundry. Okay.
Found within 5 minutes of the Capitol breach, but it sat there for 17 hours. Coincidence? You tell me.
Then they respond to that, they secure the area, and 15 minutes later, they find this other bomb. Like, what miraculous timing.
Well, I definitely don't believe that the Capitol Police would purposefully go and set a bomb anywhere that could potentially blow up and do anyone harm. I am not there that they would do something like that. However, you seem to point out in questioning with the ATF director that this wasn't an operational bomb that was going to blow up and hurt anybody. Remember that?
Right. The assistant director in charge, he went on TV and said these were operable bombs and, offered a reward, put out a message that they played on TV. And so in the beginning of my transcribed interview with him, he still maintained that they were operable.
Well, hold on. We're going to get the ATF director's take on that, questioning from Congressman Massey. Take a listen.
Also, I see that you're cooperating with the FBI, the ATF is, on the January 6th pipe bomb investigation. What can you tell us about how that's going?
Obviously, that's a significant matter. It is an ongoing criminal investigation, and so I'm not going to comment on an ongoing criminal investigation.
Were those pipe bombs operable?
Again,
The
again,
ATF is the expert.
again, it's an ongoing criminal investigation, and under long-standing policy, I cannot comment.
And we've just had a whole committee for 2 years that investigated ongoing investigations. So I'm not accepting that answer from you. We need to know these things. Do you know how the pipe bomb was discovered at the DNC? We've been told how it was discovered at the RNC. And according to a press release from the FBI, you're working with them on this investigation.
Respectfully, I understand your disagreement, but I cannot comment because it is an ongoing criminal investigation.
It's an ongoing cover-up.
So helpful.
It's their policy not to comment on ongoing cover-ups.
Yeah, it seems like it. And one of our Republican colleagues kept pressing you and saying, but Thomas, why would they do this? Why would anyone try to
There's the question.
plant these phony fake devices in order to create confusion that day? And, you know, we don't know the answer to that question in all honesty. Do you have a working theory?
Yeah, well, again, I don't know who did it, but I can tell you a consequence of this, because this is buried in the back of the January 6th committee report, that there was a call to bring more bike racks to the Capitol. They had hundreds of them loaded up, ready to bring to the Capitol to reinforce the Capitol. And it turns out those never made it because this DNC pipe bomb was discovered, and they set up a perimeter and blocked them from coming.
So if there was a booby trap intended to have people commit a technical violation of federal criminal law with no intent to break the law, that was facilitated perhaps by the very interestingly timed discovery of these two devices.
Yeah, whether there was intent or not, the result of this, according to the January 6th committee, was that it made it easier to breach the Capitol because the reinforcements couldn't be brought to the Capitol.
See how they turned that?
Thanks so much for watching this video.
Wow. See how they turned that? Oh, down the rabbit hole we go, folks. Oh, that's just a mess. The more I think about it, the more I just scratch my head. But I do know that it was an inside job, just like every other thing. There was so much of the footage that I've watched about the January 6ers that just proved to me that there was people there that were not Trump supporters. They were doing their best to coax people into the building, to break the windows out, to attack the police. I've seen it all. And there may have been some people there that considered themselves MAGA that were fighting the police. Some of it was self-defense. I seen the pepper balls and the rubber bullets and the tear gas canisters. That's one of the reasons people were scaling the walls, because the guys up there with the paintball guns full of rubber bullets were tearing the crowd up from above. But I won't get into that. That's another story. But yeah, don't get me started on that. I'm just glad these folks are out. And if there's any more legal holdup on the ones that sentences need to be commuted, I hope that is done expeditiously as well. All right, I got several things I want to tell y'all, just short clips of things going on in the news today. It says Republican lawmakers urge President Trump to release the Epstein files. We're talking about Marsha Blackburn and Tim Burchett. And Tim Burchett, I really like listening to that guy. I listen to him on the Benny Show a lot because he happens to interview there more than most places. But he is what I would say a cool congressman. He's kind of like John Kennedy, but he votes better. He tells it like it is. Here's some great news. Trump has the Justice Department is firing over a dozen key members of the special counsel of Jack Smith. His whole team, basically, that was prosecuting Trump. That's great news. I'm glad to see it. Things are changing, folks. The tide is turning. We're kicking the illegals out, and it's going to start ramping up, especially now that we have military help. The people actually pouring across the border has come down to almost a screeching halt. But we do have breaking news about a couple of things, including a shootout at the border today after this story. Not this story, but the next one I got coming up, I believe, is the next clip down the line. That's a crazy story as well. But we might get into a violent situation with trying to apprehend illegals or keep the cartel out of our country. And it's going to come down to that, folks, probably. And I'm just glad we've got the military there to be a part of it instead of just the Border Patrol, because the cartels are not nice. But here's a story, unrelated story, but it's about what's going on in our country. We've started to tighten up and shore up our security apparatus, including incoming people, incoming cargo, incoming drugs. All that stuff is now being scrutinized for the first time in 4 years. And today we have a massive drug bust, or not drug bust, a massive smuggling bust. They didn't actually say what the items were in the bust, other than counterfeit items. All right, here we go.
Want to take you out to Los Angeles, the port of LA right now, to talk about a major bust that happened featuring illegal shipping containers. Let's listen on Live Now.
I'm joined here by Homeland Security Special Agent in Charge, Eddie Wong, and Cheryl Davies, the Director of Field Operations for Los Angeles Customs and Border Protection. We're here today to announce federal criminal charges against 9 defendants who worked with partners in China to operate a criminal network that illegally smuggled what we estimate to be more than $200 million worth of counterfeit goods from China into the United States through the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach. The Los Angeles and Long Beach ports are the busiest container ports in the Western Hemisphere. Ensuring the integrity of who and what comes into our country is critical to our border security and ultimately to our national security. The 9 defendants charged in the indictment participated in a wide-ranging scheme to circumvent inspections at the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach. The scheme involved logistics companies, warehouse owners, and corrupt truckers. They worked as criminal partners to defy U.S. customs laws, to illegally smuggle enormous quantities of goods from China into the United States. 8 of the 9 defendants have been arrested. One defendant, the lead defendant, who orchestrated the scheme, is a fugitive and is believed to be in China. Let me talk to you about how the scheme worked. As part of the scheme, the defendants and their criminal partners in China filled shipping containers with contraband, counterfeit goods, illegal and dangerous chemicals, and other contraband that is not permitted to be imported into the United States.
I don't mean to stop the guy, but illegal and dangerous chemicals. Is this the fentanyl precursor he is speaking of? What kind of dangerous chemicals do we need to import from China that we don't have here? It's a good question because we really didn't get much of specifics of the actual cargo, counterfeit, and chemicals.
U.S. law requires that all containers coming into the United States be sealed with a locked security seal that is assigned a unique number. This is a security system. Containers, from the time they leave China, cannot be opened until they arrive in the United States and clear the Customs and Border Patrol inspection process. And the seals are key to that security process. Members of this scheme in the United States and China evaded this security system by learning in advance the unique serial numbers assigned to these seals that would be associated with their illegal shipments. And they created duplicate fake seals in order to circumvent the inspection process. They would create those duplicate fake seals in China, and they would send them from China to their criminal partners.
All right, so a major bust there in Los Angeles. What we want to do, everyone, right now is take another 2-minute break here.
Crazy stuff, folks. We'll get a little more reporting on that. This guy seemed to just get so far into the story and cut the other guy off. I'll find the full report and listen to it tonight. See if there's any updating news as far as what was actually involved. Was it fentanyl? Chemicals. I'm dangerous chemicals. What is that? Be more specific. And as far as counterfeit what money? We don't know, but at any rate, I know for a fact a lot of stuff comes through our shipping ports and shipping containers. Everything from human beings, human trafficking, to probably nuclear waste, if not nuclear bombs. Uh, Everything you can imagine, everything in the world travels in a shipping container at one point or another. If it's comes from a different country, and that's just the way it works. And even some inbound stuff as well. But just crazy stuff going on. Now, this here is another breaking news crazy story happened earlier today. Per multiple law enforcement sources, within the last hour, this was a couple hours ago, Border Patrol agents near Fronton, Texas, I don't know that place, were fired upon from MX, which is a cartel gang, by a suspected cartel gunman as a group of illegal aliens were being brought across the river. I'm told BP returned fire, Border Patrol, and nobody hit on either side. This is I'm guessing MX is the Mexican cartel members. Let's go ahead and watch some of that.
Hour, Border Patrol agents near Fronton enforcement sources within the last back, everyone, here live now from Fox. We do have some breaking news that we want to bring to you from Fox News' Bill Malugin reporting of a situation happening at the border right now. He is reporting per multiple law enforcement sources within the last hour, Border Patrol agents near Fronton, Texas, were fired upon from Mexico by suspected cartel gunmen as a group of illegal aliens were being brought across the river. I'm told that Border Patrol returned fire. Nobody hit on either side right there. And we are going to continue on with this as Texas DPS tells Bill Malugin that they are now patrolling the area and has a drone in the air and can see Mexican military assets now staging on the other side of the river there. So again, we are going to be following this story here for you on Live Now from Fox. It is very fluid at this moment, but this comes at a time when big changes are happening at the White House when it comes to border security and a lot.
What do you, what does he mean? The Mexican military is staging. Are they staging that against the cartels? With the cartels? Uh, he needs to be really clear on that statement. He wasn't very clear. Maybe they are working in conjunction with what Trump expects of them to uh, maybe stop the firefight. We definitely need more facts on this one, folks. But we obviously got a shootout at the border. Like I said earlier in the video, it's going to happen, folks. We're going to get to a point where some of these apprehensions, some of these people that are part of the cartel, and some of these gangs are going to go out with a bang if if that's what it takes for them to continue to try to make a dollar. By any means necessary is how some of these people think, and it's just a damn shame. Truth be known, but I hate to see it, and I hope the guys are all flag jacketed up. The ones that are doing the apprehensions, the ICE, and all of those. And we need real active military on the border, not just here in Texas, but all the way up and down the coast, from California to Florida. Just my opinion. Now, this here is great. You probably heard this already, but I just want to touch on this. It says Colombia agrees to allow all of President Trump's terms for deportation flights on military planes to avoid tariff sanctions. Some restrictions still in place pending first successful immigration delivery. If you don't know, what happened is Trump, or actually the Tom Homan and ICE was sending two planes to drop them off in Colombia, and when they got there, they were told they couldn't land, and so they turned around and flew back home. Well, Trump got wind of it while he was out playing golf and sent out a couple of tweets, and within 45 minutes, changed the tune of the president of Colombia. Just a threatening letter or a threatening tweet about sanctions, tariffs, full inspections on cargo, just uh, killing visa processes for all Colombians, no travel. Oh, he went off. I mean, he dropped the hammer on the country. Within 45 minutes, they decided it's time to change our tune. And since then, a lot of the Latin American countries this morning got together to figure out how they're going to deal with Trump since they don't know how to handle him. They get punked if it comes down to them trying to argue with him. He's going to get what he wants. But I'm just glad to see it. Such a good day. This guy actually, in the end, decided he would take his presidential plane and come get these people instead of us carrying them back on our C-130. So I'm guessing from now on, when we get a handful of Colombians that need to go back to Colombia, we just call them. They come get them. Now, if we could get that model going with every country, come get your people. We got them holding in a cell. Come get them. Kind of like it works in the county or in the city. If you're in one jail, the other jail wants you for a pending warrant. They don't send you to them. They got to come get you. There it is. That's the way it should be, folks. And I'm just glad to see it. Maybe this will catch on. Maybe it'll be something Trump demands in the end. That if all these countries want to do better, they'll have to show up with planes. I know they've deported a lot of people in Allen, Texas, where they have several of these, McAllen, Texas, where they have several of these huge detention centers, and in El Paso and a couple other places. They've literally been eradicated with buses as of yesterday. So there is literally thousands and thousands of people being rounded up each and every day in this country from every direction in every city you can imagine. If not in your city, coming soon. And they're being put into camps. And what happens when you get into camp? You wait on your ride. I love it. I love it. Now check this out, folks. This is a video somebody made with a drone footage, fast forwarded drone footage. This is of a immigration camp that's being built in real time, but actually just some video footage first, and then we'll go to the whole fast forward thing. There we go. There's Chief Housing right there. It's going up, folks. Working all day, working all night. I'm just glad to see it. There we go. That's what I call a job site. Going up quick, folks. Temporary facilities, you go up quick, come down quick. That's what I'm talking about. I'm so glad to see it. I am ready. I am ready. Got one more last video clip for you today to warm the heart a little more than this particular video here. This isn't oh so nice, but I thought I'd bring you this one. Just something I thought was cool as shit. Hopefully y'all subscribed at this point and into watching my channel. Hopefully my volume's better today. Hopefully you give me a thumbs up if you appreciate my time and effort here. I do this for free by choice, just because I guess it's my hobby. I care about my country. I feel like a lot of things that I find in the news, not everybody knows about. So hopefully I'm able to bring somebody a bit of new information at the least. And sometimes I hope I have the ability to share something that actually helps. Like, for example, the other day I shared the number and email and .com to the 1-800 number or the 1-800 deport the illegals ICE website. See, I love to do that. That just warms my heart as well. Stuff like that. Now we've got classic Trump one more time.
I've also deployed troops to the border, and for the first time in history, we're locating and loading illegal aliens into military aircraft and flying them back to the places from which they came. And very importantly, America is respected again. We're respected again. Isn't that nice? You know, after years of laughing at us like we're stupid people. And as you saw yesterday, we've made it clear to every country that they will be taking back our people that we're sending out, the criminals, that the illegal aliens coming from their countries. We're taking them back, and they're going to take them back fast. And if they don't, they'll pay a very high economic price. And I've also deployed troops to the border, and for the first.
He sounds serious, folks. What do you think? What do you think? I think he's the man. I think he's getting it done. I don't think I've ever seen so much done so fast in such a short amount of time. It's actually very amazing to see what has happened. Something else I forgot to tell y'all: Trump first bill he signed was the Lincoln Riley bill, which makes it easier to for the law enforcement to arrest illegal aliens. That actually needed to be done. It passed in the House and the Senate last week, and like I said, first bill for Trump to actually sign. All right, folks. I had a clip I wanted to bring to y'all, but I guess I lost it. You know how that goes. All right, folks. So what I got for you today. Hopefully everybody had a great day. If you enjoyed, hit the thumbs up button. Give me a comment. I do read all the comments, whether I respond or not directly. And hopefully you're subscribed by now. Over and out, everyone.